Inarimonogatari. After having to deal with the unnatural events in that town you investigated last evening, you attempt to get some rest on the bus to central Kyoto. The exhaustion leaves your body unable to leave your seat, but your mind is restless. The deserted town, the dense fog, that stalking woman with the surgical mask. You're certain that this is no ordinary task. It isn't long until you're forced back into wakefulness when the bus comes to a screeching stop. You look up to see the bus driver sweating profusely, paralyzed in fear. Other passengers begin to react in horror. You turn your attention to the front of the bus. Several yokai creatures running amok in the city, destroying vehicles and attacking bystanders. You step off the bus and turn your attention to the sky. For some strange reason, night has already fallen. You suspect that a hex has been placed on the city. Swallowing your fear, you sprint into the fray in order to find Tsuhiki Araragi. You have to face those dreaded creatures. Hey everybody, it's Pax. We're continuing on with our Kaimonogatari campaign here. The scenario 2B, Inarimonogatari. I've already done most of the setup there. You'll see in the campaign guide I'm adding an Elder Sign token. There's a delegate. A couple of things going on. A lot of this text here is basically randomly selecting one of two locations for this stuff, and then putting the other locations here in this bag to shuffle later. I've done the deck building in a separate video. I've got some cards set aside. So these are my opening hands before I've done any mulligan stuff. So she gets this, and then she gets this. Yeah, she needs a weapon. So really need to get a weapon. I don't think I care too much for the cell phone. I don't think I care too much for Inspiring Presence before he has damage. I don't think I care too much for Live and Learn. And really, she's the clue getter, and she's got a winging it and a Mariner's Compass. So let's get rid of the Scene of the Crime, too. I think we'll keep the Glory, just in case. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's what I like to see. And then over here... Whoops. That's a weird spot to zoom to. And then over here, I think I'm just going to keep the Take Heart and the Mariner's Compass. The winging it's like nice to have, but with the Mariner's Compass it's not a need to have. Oh yeah, right. Okay, interesting. Oh yes, I'll put my hand up so I know what that's there. Alright, those go away and shuffle. And we'll take a read of the agenda and the act and the scenario card. Little by little, the wretched creatures will start swarming the place faster than the authorities can hear them. Do not remove Doom in play when the agenda advances. Forced, when you would place one Doom on the agenda, place one Doom on a random location instead. Objective, after a second Doom is placed on a location, advance this agenda. Is that supposed to say objective there? That's interesting. I don't remember that being on agendas. Act 1A, Darkness Falls. An incantation has been placed on the entire city, submerging the place into an abrupt twilight and making monsters come out of the woodwork. Finding Tsuhiki Araragi and the fast-moving Oddity will be a Herculean task amid the chaos. 3 clues per investigator to advance. And over here, we've got Inarimonogatari. Minus X, where X is the number of Yukai enemies in play, so 0 for now. Minus 2, if you fail and there's a Yukai enemy at your location, it immediately attacks you. No tablets. And finally, the Elder Thing, which is minus 1, minus 3 instead if your location is condemned, which we don't know what that means yet. It is here in the rules. Condemned locations and choosing a random location, so that's part of the random location selection. Some cards may cause a location to be condemned. Cool. A condemned location has no effect on the game unless specifically referenced by another encounter card. By default, all locations begin uncondemned. A location that has been condemned cannot be condemned again. Some card effects may instruct you to choose a random location. This can be done by drawing a random card from a random location deck. So, I'm using this bag instead of a deck. Alright, so we'll get started, and we start play in Kyoto Central Station. Beautiful art for that. Subway, City, Central. Kyoto is most well known in Japanese history for being the former imperial central of Japan for more than a millennium. One shroud, 2 clues. Resign. Action. This can't be real. And an action to choose an uncondemned location. Test 5 willpower. If you succeed, remove one doom from that location. If you fail, place one doom on that location. People are panicking and fleeing in terror, and blood is strewn all over the floors of the concourse. Alright, and I've built my little mock bag over here that I can modify as required. I like to have a little visual aid, and I forgot to do that for the last game. So that's nice to have. And I guess we'll just get started. Yeah, let's get started. It's good. It's good for me. Shinobu is going to 2, 3 immediately play our Enchanted Blade. Should she go first? Let's have Hitagi go first. Yeah, let's have Hitagi go first. Just in case. You never know what's going to happen, right? So let's play. Oogie is going to be really useful. It's such a good effect. Let's actually draw a card first. Is what we're going to do. Okay. So some more icons. We're going to play. I think we're going to play Oogie first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to investigate twice. 4 against 3, which is like really good odds, right? Like, look at that. That's really good odds. -0, -4. Okay, so we do just get the one clue. So that's her. Over here, so we are going to play 1, 2, 3 for an Enchanted Blade. Whoops. That's what I copied earlier from the delegates. That's the delegate that came off to the side during setup. I wonder if she could just try and grab this clue. Because she's just 2 against 1, and like nothing bad happens if I fail right now. Is there anything else she really needs to do? I mean, it would be nice to get this Tetsuo in play. That'd be nice. But she may as well just investigate. 1 up is, what, half the bag? Yeah, see? No clue. Look at you go. Way to go, Shinobu. Then I think we're going to... Let's see. You know what? Well, let's just draw a card. Let's try and be a little safer. Hey, a beat cop. See, that'll be really useful. Okay. So upkeep. Upkeep. Uh-oh. Immiseration. Okay. Well, she'll be losing 2 resources at the start of her turn, I guess. So instead of a doom being placed here, we reveal one of these randomly, and a doom gets placed there instead. One thing notably, there's the 2 locations here on either side. The Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. While it's Act 1, a mysterious force blocks your path. You cannot enter the Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. And while it's Act 1, a mysterious force blocks your path. You cannot enter Fushimi Inari Shrine. So presumably, advancing the act, what we need is here, right? So, anyways. So that's the doom for the round. 1 doom goes on that location. And when a second doom goes on that location, we'll be advancing the agenda. But not yet. I don't know that I shuffled this yet, so we'll just do a quick shuffle, and we'll start with Shinobu. Ooh, the Rabid Policeman. Ambush and retaliate. Ignore the retaliate keyword when resolving the ambush keyword on Rabid Policeman. Okay. So she can test 5 against 4, or she can test 2 against 1. And she can dodge this if she fails. So I guess she'll just test 5 against 4. Because she may as well get a free damage on him, right? There's no point not getting a free damage if I hit. And it's fine odds. Right? -2. So I fail. But I can dodge this. No. I'll put 1 on him. I guess I just put 2 on him. There's no sense in putting any on me if there's some on him, because I can heal that off of him. And then over here we get Rush Hour. Each subway location gets +1 Shroud. At the end of the round, discard 1 copy from play. Waves of people pour in and out, making movement difficult. I mean, they're all probably trying to run from... Man, that's gross art. Trying to run from the possessed police officer there. Okay, so... I guess we start with Shinobu. She'll be attacking 7 against 4, which is like pretty good odds, again, with an overpower if I need it, but I don't think I really need it. So let's do 7 against 4 here. Yep, with the Enchanted Blade. Minus. He's not a Yukai enemy, so those are still zeros. So that hits him for 2. And then let's attack again with the Enchanted Blade. Do I want to commit the Overpower just to like get some card draw going? I don't think so. Maybe I do. Yeah, I think I do this just to get past this -4 and get some card draw going. Okay, -2. I didn't need it. But we deal 2 more damage to him, and we defeat him. And when we defeat him, we heal 8 damage off of Koyomi, which draws us a card. Safeguard, nice. And then we draw a card from the successful fight. The cell phone, okay. I don't think I want to play the Glory. I think I'll just be saving those icons for now. Let's think. Would have been nice if we had taken that off of her, because she basically has no money right now. But it's not a big deal. She has a ton of money in her deck, and she could play the Master of Disguise to get things into play if she really needs to. And we can just start moving to get progress at this point. That's fine as well. So I think what we'll do over here is we'll take a resource, because we got a lot of stuff we want to play. I want to play a B-Cop. I would like to get a Tetsuo in play as well, because that'll be a bit more resilient on the horror front over here. But the Beat Cop will be really useful, because Beat Cop, I explained this in my deck building, Beat Cop, if you do the last damage with him, since he's linked, you can just heal the damage off of him immediately. So he's like an infinitely good last shot against people. Last action, yeah, she took a resource. Okay, that's her. Over here, she loses 2 resources because we can't afford to lose her, and we're going to click that off of us. I think we're going to draw a card first, Madame, and then we're going to click that off of us. And then we shall... well, I think we just got to get moving. So let's move up to the Nijo Station. This station is situated near Nijo Castle. After the Tokugawa shogunate fell in 1867, it was used as an imperial palace for a moment before it was donated to the city and thereafter opened to the public as a historical site. After you enter Nijo Station, reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. If you revealed a Elder Thing token, draw a top card of the encounter deck. Oof, yuck. Okay, -2. 5... action reveal 5 random tokens from the Chaos Bag. If you revealed Elder Thing token, discover a clue at your location. Oh, that's interesting. But that is the end of her turn. That's all she wrote. Okay. We do upkeep and upkeep. And then at the end of the round, this gets discarded. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so she's all full up. Another Doom, which puts a Doom out here on the Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. And then we get encounter cards. Moku Mokuren. Test 2. This test gets +1 difficulty for each Yukai enemy at your location. Well, thankfully we don't have any. If you fail, take 2 horror. I kind of want to commit the cell phone to be 4 against 2, because 4 against 2 is a decent chunk of the bag. Nice. And then over here we get Pandemonium. Find the topmost Yukai enemy in the discard pile and spawn it engaged with you. If there's 2 or more Doom at your location, that enemy gains ambush. If no Yukai enemies are spawned by this effect, it gains Surge. I don't believe this guy was Yukai, right? He's not Yukai, so this just surges. Whew, look at that art. Love that. Another Pandemonium. Get rid of it. Get it out of my face. A Moku Mokuren. Okay, so she's up by 2 as well on this. And she can stomach the horror a little more if she fails. But that is a -0, so that just does nothing. Okay, let's go with Shinobu. We'll 1, 2, 3, 4 play the Beat Cop. move up with her, which draws a token. It's not the Elder thing. And then I think she'll actually just take another resource, because she's still got a safeguard she wants to play. She needs to get a 45 out eventually to replace this Enchanted Blade. So that's her. Over here with Hitagi, she is going to... Let's see, what is she going to do? I think what I'm going to do with her is play the Master of Disguise so that I can discard cards to pay the cost of stuff. We're going to draw a card with Hitagi. Ooh, another winging it. Okay. We're going to play our Mariner's Compass, discarding Postmortem Examination. No. Sorry. Discarding Key Ring, winging it, and winging it to pay for the cost. And then we're going to investigate here 4, 5 against 2 with the Mariner's Compass. 0. So we get both clues. Cool. And that I'm happy with. Live and Learn to help with misses. That's nice. I like Live and Learn with attacks. When I have something active I want to be doing, I like Live and Learn, because it kind of helps better with the autofail than like a Lucky. I know Lucky's not in our deck building, but I like going off on tangents about Live and Learn and Lucky and how they're interestingly different. But they both, you wait until you hedge your bets on both of them. But Live and Learn, if you're all the way up, Live and Learn protects you against the autofail in an interesting way, because two pulls is more resilient to not autofailing. Anyways. Yeah, that's enough. All right. Madame is what we drew over there. A Doom goes on, which means we pull the Arashiyama Station, which is right here, as our next location with a Doom on it. Shuffle that. Encounter card of Inoparabu. She just spawns like that, but I think we're going to go kill her. Deleterious Signs. Put Deleterious Signs into play in your threat area. After Doom is placed on your location or connecting location, take a damage. Take 1 horror to discard Deleterious Signs. Well, I think she's going to be taking a horror to avoid that, because that sounds awful. Now, let's see. I think what we're going to do over here is just use the Beat Cop to deal 1 damage to this Noparabu, and we're going to put the damage on the Beat Cop, and then we're going to use Shinobu to heal the damage from the Beat Cop. He's still exhausted, though, so the Noparabu is dead. And then we're going to click for $1, play an automatic, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to move over here to the Arashiyama Station. This station is adjacent to the Sagano Scenic Railway. Its charming old-fashioned trains wind their way through the mountains at a relatively slow pace, giving passengers a pleasant view of the scenery as they travel from Arashiyama through the forested ravine and into rural Kameoka. I have to be careful about these Doom, because these might get stacked onto the... Because they're double-sided tokens, they might get stacked with each other, right? You can do that by accident. If this when this location is revealed, spawn a set-aside copy of Nurikabe at this location. Whoopsies. Nurikabe! And he is a ambush, so when he spawns, he immediately... we're going to make an attack against him, because we're 6 against 1. Which we hit him. There is a Yukai enemy in play now, so those are at -1. But we do hit him for a damage. That's kind of nice. Okay. And he does not attack us. When he's at your location, you cannot discover clues or trigger action abilities on encounter cards. Okay. A giant white wall made of flesh. Gross. So I kind of need her to do this last damage to him, and that's a little inconvenient, isn't it? But she could try an attack with a Take Heart. Just to draw into some cards. she kind of also needs to get rid of this deleterious signs. So let's draw a card first. Okay. Interesting. Let's discard this deleterious signs, putting a horror on Ougi, I guess. Ougi. That's what we're saying now. We're gonna move in, and we're gonna make an attack against him 2 against 1, and I'm gonna commit the take heart in case I miss, just because 2 resources and 2 draw would be really nice. If this is what I'm using my action on. Hey, it's a -1, so I do pass, and he is toast. Goodbye. Okay, and that's both of us. We do an upkeep, a vicious blow, and a look what I found. Those are both great. We have 1 victory there. That's nice to see a victory on the board. The vicious blow is nice too. We get another Mythos Phase starts, where we put a doom on a random location. The Arishiyama Bamboo Forest. So it is now a condemned location. Because after second doom is placed on a location, advance this agenda. The Yukai continue to wreak havoc on the surroundings, attacking panicking bystanders without discrimination. The entire world around you seems to progressively get darker and darker. Perform the following. For each doom on a player card, remove that doom, and that investigator takes 1 horror. Oh, interesting. So if you had been playing David Renfield, you would have taken 1 horror right now, even if you'd stacked up a ton of doom on him. That's really cool. The location with 2 doom is now condemned. Place a resource token on that condemned location as a reminder. Okay. Remove the other copy of the condemned location from the random location deck, so it can't keep getting doom on it. That location can, if available, randomly shuffle a card from the set aside Striking Fear encounter set. I'll shuffle those because I didn't shuffle that. Into the encounter deck. Whenever a second doom is placed on a location, resolve the steps above. Place this card next to the current agenda as a reminder. The terror spreads. It is now certain that your time is limited. If you do not act swiftly, the entire city will be consumed by darkness. Doom on locations cannot be removed. When you would place 1 doom on the agenda, place 1 doom on a random location instead. After second doom is placed in a location, resolve the steps on agenda 1B. If each location in play is condemned, advance this agenda. Excuse me. Okay. So that is the place doom and advance phase, and then we get encounter cards. Renaissant Terror. Place 1 doom on a random location, or take 1 damage and discard cards from the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy engaged with you instead of its usual location. If your location is condemned, that enemy gains ambush. I think we're going to be spawning an enemy because she's got plenty of capacity to deal with an enemy right now. A Kamaitachi. I have to take a damage first, which I guess I'll put on Koyomi. Okay. When he engages me, I choose and discard a card from my hand. If I cannot, I take 1 damage. Let's choose and discard the Glory, because I'm really drawing a lot of cards. No, I think I'll discard 1 Tetsuo Mori. I'm not going to be able to play him with how little economy I'm getting out of this deck and how little crack the case I'm getting over here. So that's fine. So that was her encounter card, and then over here we get another Kamaitachi. She has to discard a card, which she'll discard a Contemplation. Oh, no, she can't do that. It's not during her turn. She'll get rid of the Postmortem Examination, because I think the Mariner's Compass is pretty well strictly better right now. So that's fine. I guess we'll start with Shinobu. She will use her last Enchanted Blade charge to attack the... oh no, how about this? How about she attacks with the normal Enchanted Blade and commits a vicious blow to this one, so that she only does 1 damage to Hitagi if she misses. So she'll be 5, 6, 7, 8... if you fail. No, I do not fail, so I discard him, and she uses her reaction to heal a damage off of Koyomi, which draws a card. Flashlight, well, it could be useful, I guess. She doesn't spend more money to do a Glory. I don't think that makes any sense. Then she'll do another attack with the Enchanted Blade. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 against 3. Okay, so he's toast. And then last action, she will... That's an interesting effect. I think she'll take yet another resource. She's just taking so many resources. Did we draw from that? I think that was the flashlight, right? He got exhausted in that. Okay. Over here, we're going to discard the contemplation, and we're going to pay it using the Madame Lebranche for 2 cards. Okay. Let's see. We're going to investigate 4, 5, 6, 7 with the cell phone. Yeah. 6 is... I think 6 is fine. It's good enough. -2. So we can advance now. And how many actions do we have left? 2? Yeah, I think that we will advance now. So she's going to immediately advance the agenda, spending our 6 clues to advance this. As you're clearing those giant walls of flesh blocking your way, you notice strange inscriptions marked on the walls of the subways. Arashiyama and Inari Station seem to be more heavily decorated with them. You have a hunch that the landmarks near those stations is where Tsukihi, oh my god, I'm so sorry for this. Tsukihi Araragi might be. Spawn each set-aside delegate enemy at Kyoto Central Station. If available, randomly shuffle 1 card from the set-aside striking fear encounter deck into the encounter pile. And then the delegate gets spawned at Kyoto Central location. But she says, force when you would spawn her at her usual location, instead place her next to the agenda deck. She's in play, but not at any location. So I'm just going to put her right here so don't forget about her. She's a 2 health enemy. After an investigator fails a willpower test, that investigator draws the top card of the encounter deck. Limit once per investigator per each round. Parlay, test 3. If you succeed, place 1 damage on Osakabe Hime. Any investigator may trigger this action. Victory 1. So what do I need now? You have a hunch that the other sister is in the landmarks near the desecrated stations. You might need to check those locations in greater detail. When there are 1 per investigator clues on Tsukihi Araragi, advance. Okay, so I've got 2 actions left. I'm currently 1 up on this, which is okay. And I can use her to get 2 up if I need to be. And I can commit the cell phone to be 2 up, and I can even commit like a live and learn or a dodge to get 2 up. So I think we're going to go 2 up with the cell phone committed for her. Actually, no. We're going to go 2 up with... We're going to go 2 up with the safeguard committed. I don't think I'm going to have time to play this. Do I only have the 1 safeguard? I don't remember now. Let me check. Yeah, I've only got the 1 safeguard. I think I'm far enough into this that I don't think this is not playing this is killing me. So I'm going to commit the safeguard so that she's 2 up. Nice. Okay, so she succeeds. That does a damage to her. And then she will go again, committing her... Let me think. Let's commit the cell phone to be 2 up as well. And then I can use her to get 2 more up if I need to. Yeah, -4. Okay, so we'll use Oogie to discard both of them, because this will help me recover a bit. To get +2 to the skill test, so I was 4... Oh, wait. Oh, no, I committed 1. Yes. So I was at 5, -4 is 1, +2 is 3, so it's a pass. Okay. Okay. And that finishes her off, and she goes into the encounter display, the victory display. That is good, because those would have been painful if I started drawing more of those, what's that one called? Moku Mokuren? Moku Mokuren? Mokumarin. I don't know, something like that. That would have been painful. Failing those would have sucked. So that's their turns. Upkeep and upkeep. Ooh, a stand together. That's a nice recovery. And a resourceful will be a nice recovery as well. But she needs cards in hand, so I think she's going to be standing there drawing for a little bit. Doom is one random location, which is the Inari Station, which is right there. Again, we got to be careful where we put these so they don't eat up clues on the locations. Got to be careful about that. And then we're going to deal out encounter cards. Did I shuffle when I did that Striking Fear ad? Don't remember. Let's throw these in the trash so I don't forget. I'm just going to shuffle just in case I didn't. Ooh, Kappa. Any Kamo River location. This one and this one. Well, Kappa is at a Kamo River location, gets +2 fight. Oof, he's nasty. So a 5/5/3, but he's a victory point, so I'm going to have to go pick him up later. And over here we got another Deleterious Signs. And she'll be getting rid of that for sure. Okay. Let's have Shinobu go first in case this spawns an enemy. We're hoping to find Tsukihi, but I don't remember what these do. So we'll have her go first. The paths wind through a forest of bamboo trees. When this location is revealed, put the set-aside Tsukihi Araragi into play. Okay, sweet. So she's right there. Test 3 fight or 3 intellect. If you succeed, place a clue onto Tsukihi Araragi. If you control Karen Araragi, this test automatically succeeds. Oh, interesting. Cool. So I guess we'll just do those tests, right? Is there a VP on this? No, there's no VP on this. So I don't need to get those clues. So we'll just try this test. We're at 6 against 3. And right now for her, that's a -3. Is he a Yukai enemy? Yes, he is. So that's still a -1. So second action, we try this test. Successful, so we place a clue on her. And then we'll just do it again. -4. Okay. Let's play the live and learn. Let's just get this done. The test failed. Is there any negative effect for the test failing? No. I'll try again. +1. Sweet. So I get another clue on her. There's 2 clues on her, so we advance. You finally convince Tsukihi Araragi that you're on her side. Tsukihi tells you that she was surveying the city when the entire city was plunged into sudden nightfall. Choose an investigator at Tsukihi Araragi's location to take control of her. Okay. So I'm going to take control of her. Oh, was I allowed to trigger that when she first popped into play? I don't know. I kind of feel like I might have been able to, but I don't know if that's true. So I'm just going to play around the idea that I wasn't able to. Ooh, but I'm a 4-3-5-2 now. That's pretty good. And 2 extra health to play with. 2 extra health and horror. So we're pretty invincible right now, right? Like, what are we at? 5, 8, 11, 13? 13, 9. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Let's continue with this. Tsukihi continues. I've been tailing these strange-looking women in a kimono. Sorry, I've been tailing this strange-looking woman in a kimono. She might have released all those weird-looking animals in the city. Right on cue, a woman in a kimono appears behind her, teeth completely black and rotting. She strikes Tsukihi to the ground before disappearing into the dark, cackling. Tsukihi gets up, dazed and infuriated. If that's how you want to play, I have some tricks up my sleeve too. Shuffle the set-aside mystery encounter pile into the encounter deck, along with the encounter discard pile. Okay, mystery, encounter discard pile. Spawn the set-aside Ohaguro Batari enemy at the location farthest from all investigators. Well, that's going to be over here. So she is a 3/8/6 with aloof, humanoid Yukai enemy. So these are now -2. After damage is placed on her, disengage her from each investigator. Move it 1 location away from the nearest investigator to a location with no investigators if possible. Yuck, victory 2. Okay, interesting. Well, that was the end of her turn. Over here, I think we're just going to draw up a bunch. We're gonna discard this first, taking a horror, and we're gonna get a draw with a normal action. Okay, and then a draw with a normal action. And then another draw. Okay. Yeah, she just needed some cards in hand to be able to trigger this. I think is all I really wanted. Okay, so boom, boom. Upkeep, upkeep. Yeah, see, I feel a bit better with some actual cards in hand. Scene of the crime. Okay. I imagine these still have clues on them. And maybe some VP that I'm going to want to clean up if I can. So, the Mythos Phase begins. We pull out Sanjo Station, right there. I feel like I'm making okay time on this scenario right now. I do have to do 8 damage to her, and every time she moves... or every time I deal damage to her at all, she moves. So I have to, like, do 4 successful fights and 4 moves to catch up with her, in addition to going to get her. So that'll be interesting. Especially if I want to kill him too, but... Alright, let's see. Serpentine Streets. Put this into play next to the agenda deck. As an additional cost to initiate an investigate action, choose and discard a card from your hand. Alright, well that's just next to the agenda deck. And over here we get Pandemonium. Find the top Yukai enemy in the discard pile. Well, thank God that just reshuffled. And no Parabu. So they'll be right there, waiting for... oh, I forgot to read this, didn't I? Yeah. Stopping the Oddity. Tsukiki tells you how to set up a few surprises for that Oddity. In order to do that, you have to return to the heart of the city. Each location gains action. Test X agility to lay a trap. X is your location's shroud value. You may spend 1 clue to automatically succeed. If you succeed, place 1 damage token at your location. Limit 1 damage per location. Okay. If Ohaguro-Batari enters a location with damage on it, move that damage onto Ohaguro-Batari. Okay, so you have to set up like a big trap chain if she's defeated advance. Interesting. Well, that one will be easy to do. That one will be trickier because we don't have a lot of agility, but she does have Mind Over Matter 2s in this deck, so she'll be able to place them really easy if I can get her to. So I guess we'll start... Oh, if we get the clues, they're automatically successful. Okay. Okay. Interesting. What's the shroud here? 1? Maybe she should throw down an investigate first action. I think that's what we're going to do, because we're going to be 3 against 1. It is condemned, so that's there. I could commit the glory to be 5 against 1. Let's do that. Oh, and as a cost to initiate, I choose and discard a card from my hand. Yeah, I'll discard the flashlight. -2, if there's a Yukai enemy at your location, it attacks you if you fail. Okay, so we gather 1 clue. We'll move over to here, and we'll use the Beat Cop, placing a damage on him. We'll heal him for a card. Interesting. That kills the Noparabu. And then lastly, what shall we do? What should we do last? I think we're just going to move and try and keep up with her. Actually, you know what I might do right now? This is a 3 shroud location. I think that we're going to do this test to lay a trap. Because I think what's going to happen is she's going to, like, go around and take 1 damage a bunch of times on a bunch of locations. I'd love to place a trap there. Because if I could get her to, like... So if Hitagi is, like, there, and I have her go in and hit her, then she'll go, like, move. And if there's a damage there, move. And if there's a damage there, move. And if there's a damage there, move. Right? She'll be all the way across the map, but that'll be, like, 4 damage. So I'd only need to do a little bit to her. Yeah. Maybe something like that. Something not like that, but maybe not necessarily that. But I think that getting a damage here is fine. So let's last action do this test to put a damage here at the cost of a clue. That'll be her. Over here, let's see, what are you going to do? I need her to go get him. So I think she's going to go this way eventually. But I wouldn't mind her being a bit more self-sufficient before I do stuff like that. So we're going to first action. What are we going to do? We're going to draw a card. Okay, we're going to move where we have to reveal a token. -3, okay. I could test 2 against 2 and use her if I need to. And I think I'll do that. Yeah. We'll test 2 agility against the 2 shroud here. Because this is right here right now. So that's like a pretty decent chunk of the bag again. -3, so we do have to use Oogie. We'll discard a Contemplation and a Burning the Midnight Oil. And we will pay 1 to use the Contemplation to draw 2 cards. Whoops. Ah, no! Okay, he's on me. I do put a damage up here. And then I have to ambush him. Or he ambushes me, I should say. It's a bummer. Let's, go 2 up against an evade. That might not hurt. Do a Resourceful and a Burning the Midnight Oil to do an evade on him. 2 against 4, or 4 against 2. -2, so that's successful. So what do we get back? I should have really probably looked at that first, but I think we get to take heart back is what we get, because getting some money and some card draw would be really nice. But he does get evaded, which is pretty sweet. Last action, unfortunately, it is our draw action. Those go away. If only I had done that differently. But last action, she will draw a card. Okay, another resourceful. That's fine. So that's the turn. We both ready, and he readies and re-engages her. She's ready. The fire axe, that's nice to see. Kind of wish I hadn't committed this, seeing that, but that's okay. The Mythos Phase occurs. The Kyoto Central Station gets a contamination on it. I can still resign if this is contaminated, right? Yeah, okay, I can. And then we get our encounter cards, which is Cryptic Monstrosity. Put Cryptic Monstrosity into play in your threat area. While you're at a condemned location, you cannot trigger action abilities, including action abilities on cards you control. Oof. After damage is placed on Ohagurobatari, discard Cryptic Monstrosity. So I can't do this either, which is fine, but that also means I can't come in and start hitting him with weapons. I have to punch at him, which kind of sucks. And this got discarded at the end of the round, I should say. And then over here we get another Deleterious Signs. So, I think Hitagi is going to walk in and start punching at this guy, which is a bit unfortunate that she can't use their monstrosity. She can't do that because of this Cryptic Monstrosity. Oh, that art is really unsettling. What she looks like? Kind of. So I'm at 5-6 against 2. I mean, yeah, that's as good as it gets, right? So move, punch. Okay, well, it's just 1 damage. And then punch again. Another damage. Use the Beat Cop to do the last damage to him, which defeats him. And after you defeat an enemy, eat its remains. That is... Oh, and did she draw an Elder Thing token? No, she did not. Okay. I would have had to rewind a bit for that. Over here with Hitagi, we're going to take a Horror to discard the Deleterious Signs. We're going to... What are we going to do? We need to deal a damage to her, or else she can't fight him. That's interesting. She can walk in with a beat cop and deal a damage to him. But in the meantime, that's going to be really nasty. So I think Hitagi's got to make her way over. So she's going to move here. I think she's going to try to place a trap and use a take heart if it fails. So she's 2 against 1 here. With the take heart committed. -2. Okay, so I do fail. So I get to use the trigger of a take heart ability. Whoops. No. 1, 2. Oh, I drew into a live and learn. Okay, so I'll use the live and learn to attempt the test again at +2. So now 4 against 1. Nice. That was pretty good. Oh, -4. You gotta be joking. I should have committed the resourceful. I wasn't thinking. Bummer. That's okay. We'll play the Fire Axe, using Master of Disguise to discard a limitless stationary. I don't really want to get a free clue. I have these Mariner Compass to get clues really efficiently anyways. Last action, we'll just draw a card. Crack the case. Okay. So they both ready. Upkeep over here. Upkeep over here. That'll be going into encounter cards now. A Doom goes on the agenda, which is a token on Arashiyama Station, which we now have to resolve this. It's condemned, so we put a resource on it. Remove that from the deck. And we shuffle another Striking Fear into here randomly. Okay. And then we get 1 Noparabu over here. And we get 1 disengage her from each investigator at its location and move it to the location farthest from all investigators. Well, it currently is... I could move her over here, and that would make it a lot easier for her to deal damage to it, to get rid of this. And I think I'm going to do that, right? Because this is 1-2 away, that's 1-2 away, that's 1-2 away, that's 1-2 away, so this is tied. So I think I'm going to scoot her over here. Yeah. Okay. And then that surges into a Renaissant Terror. We're going to place a Doom on a random location, because I don't want her to get bogged down with an enemy of this turn. The Kyoto Central Station. Okay, so that's a -3 now there. And this is a -3 as well. Okay. But that's not the worst thing in the world. We're doing okay. It's fine right now. It's not amazing, but it's fine. I can't believe there's 2 Mind Over Matters in the bottom of this deck, this deep. Because those would be really useful to place a bunch of traps. I could probably place 2 in 1 turn because I'd get a base 6. But I think I'm going to do with Shinobu exactly what I said. I'm going to scoot her over here for 1 move. Scoot her over here for another move. Ping that guy with the Beat Cop for 1 damage. After damage is placed on him, move him 1 location away from the nearest investigator to right there. And then she enters that location with the damage on it. I move it onto her, and then the damage is placed on her. So she moves it 1 away from the nearest investigator to another location with no investigators if possible. So there. And then another damage goes up, and then she moves it there, because that's farther away from Hitagi. Oh, she still has an action left. She could try to get that last clue. Oh, and a bunch of damage got dealt to her, so that's gone. No, she's just going to go catch back up, I think. Get the Noparabu to move on to her so she can beat cop it or something, or kill it, because that won't... The beat cop will kill itself if I do that. Okay, over to Hitagi. She's going to scoot over here to the Inari Station. The station is near the famous Fushimi Inari Shrine, a shrine boasting thousands of vermilion torii gates with which straddle a network of trails behind its main buildings. Fushimi Inari is the most important of several thousands of shrines dedicated to Inari, the Shinto god of rice. A 3 shroud, 1 per investigator location, victory 1. When this location is revealed, spawn a set-aside Nurikabe at this location. Ah, shit. Okay, so another one of these guys spawns. And he has a massive ambush, so I'm getting 1 damage attack in for free if I want to. Well, I mean, I don't think there's any want to about it. There's no sense in evading him. So I'll be 2 against 1, and I think this is here for me right now. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to take a horror if this fails. But it doesn't, so he's got a damage on him. She kind of can't not kill him, though, right? Like that, yeah, but she just has to kill him. So she'll hit him with the fire axe, 1, 2, 3. Just up a ton, and we'll commit a resourceful to this to get a card back from the discard pile. Yeah. So he's toast. And we get a card back from the discard pile with resourceful. So let's get a live and learn back, I think, is what we want. That seems fine to me. That goes away. We will investigate here with the Mariner's Compass. 4 against 3. Yeah, let's do 4 against 3, and then we'll use the live and learn if we need to. No, I want to save the live and learn for combat tests. So let's do 6 against 3. 0. Okay, so we get both of those clues. We'll play the crack the case for 1, 2, 3 bucks, and draw a card from perception. It was move, fire axe, investigate. So last action we'll just draw another card. Imposter Oddity. This is one of the ones I added. I replaced the one that gave me an action, and this one deals 2 damage to an enemy or evades it. Oh, that'll be really useful for taking him out, actually. Maybe she can take him out, because she'll have some testless damage. Anyways, that's them. The Noparabu hunts onto Shinobu. Those guys continue to do nothing. Get an upkeep and an upkeep. The Vicious Blow is nice. Another Live and Learn is nice. I don't know if I want to go there, because she spawned there. There's probably something nasty. Anyways, we will... Oh, that shouldn't have gone back in the bag. 1 sec. Did I forget to... No, first... Did I forget to shuffle in a Striking Fear at some point? Yeah, because there's 3 condemned locations. This should have 1 more in there. Okay, hopefully that didn't fuck anything up. Because it's 1 for each condemned location, and then also 1 for that act that advanced. So there should have been, of the 7 Striking Fear cards, there should have been 4 in there. Alright, so hopefully I didn't fuck that up. Oh, and did I just drop that back in again? Yeah, the Kyoto Central Station should be out, because that's got 2 Doom on it. Right? That seems correct. Okay. Yes, okay. Shuffle it, and a Doom goes on Sanjo Station, which is now up there. Ooh, that's unfortunate. So we carry with effects again. Yeah, -3 against hitting him is not great. And another Striking Fear goes in, and then we draw encounter cards. Ooh, shit. That's a lot of... That's a lot. So +1 for each Yukai enemy at your location. Oh, it's just at your location, right? So it's just +1. So I am 4 because of her against that, and I'll just use the Perseverance to be 3 against that. 3 up. Okay. Rotting Remains. I am 1 up right now. Do I commit the take card just in case? I think, maybe. No. I think I just test this one up. +1. Okay. So, the question now is, how do I... How do I deal with this? How do I break that? Like, I do have the 45 with the vicious blow, but that's like not actually great values, is it? Against a 5 with -3s in the bag? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 against 5. And that hits for 3. Yeah, well, you know. I think we're going to burn a turn killing this guy, because those guys are like really nasty when they suddenly pop on you. And I'm not walking into here this turn. That's not happening. So I'm going to go engage, swing with the Enchanted Blade, which is 5, 6, 7 against 2. If you fail, that happens, so it doesn't happen. She will heal 1 damage off the beat cop. And then she'll move over here, revealing a token, which does not cause her to draw a card from the encounter deck. Okay. Let's... Let's figure out what we want to do. I think she is going to move in here to see if it's a victory location. I don't know if it is or not. So she's going to move into the Fushimi Inari Shrine. Okay, it is a victory location. When this location is revealed, draw a topmost Yukai enemy from the encounter discard pile and spawn it at this location instead of its usual location. If this location is condemned, that enemy immediately attacks each investigator of this location. Oh, okay. Nice. So we just get her back over here. Beautiful. So how do we want to get these clues? I could look what I found to like fail by 2, right? That's a possibility, and I think that's what I'm going to go for. So let's how many clues do I have? She has 2. Oh right, she can be auto succeeding this test now. Forgot about that. Yeah, okay. So let's investigate here. Let's commit just 1 Mariner's Compass to it, so I'm 5 against 4, and that'll hopefully make this look what I found, like proc. Yeah. Okay, so I get 1 clue. And then I'll discard this Limitless Stationary to discover a clue at my location at 1 cost. And then I think I will just... No, you know what? Instead of paying the 1 cost, I'm going to use Master of Disguise to discard the Imposter Oddity to pay for it, and then I'm going to pay 1 to kill this Nobarabu. And then I'm going to move away to here. Okay, so we got that victory down. We got this victory down. Looking pretty happy on victory. If I can kill both of them, I think I'll be pretty happy about how the scenario is gone. So upkeep, Inspiring Presence is nice to see. The upgraded... Ogi Oshino for an agility, which would have been, I guess, nice to see earlier to pass the test there and stuff like that, but that's not a big deal. Her big upgrade, though, is she discards 2 cards to get +2. She discards up to 3 cards to get up to +3, which is, like, really a huge difference. But anyways, a Doom for the Mythos Phase is on the Inari Station. So this is now a condemned location. Get another Striking Fear into play. Or into the encounter deck, I should say. How many turns do we have left, technically? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, shit. Okay. Gotta be careful, I guess. I didn't realize, maybe I need her to clear this. Put a trap down. Or trap here. Put a trap down there. And clear it. And then she can walk in and start fighting this guy. And then she can, like, try to get her to run that way. Maybe that's the play, I think. Yeah. So the Inari Station's out now. Dissonant Voices. Can't play assets or events. Well, I think I was just committing cards this turn. Dissonant Voices. Can't play assets or events. Well, I think I was just committing cards this turn. We'll go with her first. She's going to spend a clue to place a damage here. She's going to move up into the Kiyomizu Gojo Station. The station is within vicinity of the famous Kiyomizu Temple. The temple is best known for its wooden stage that juts out from its main hall. The stage affords visitors a view of the numerous cherry and maple trees below that erupt in a sea of color during spring and fall. 3 shroud, +1. When you reveal this location, each location in play gets +2 shroud until the end of the turn. Oh, fuck. Spend 2 resources, choose a revealed location that gets -2 shroud until the end of the turn. Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to do this test as well. I'm going to spend a clue last action to place another damage here. I guess she draws last action, technically. I can't do that. Okay. So, I can't live and learn, but I can commit a bunch of this stuff. So let's walk in to the Sanjo Station. The station is a short walk from the National Museum of Modern Art. The museum's permanent collection is presented to the public in rotating exhibitions and consists of a wide variety of cultural properties, including archaeological relics, sculptures, ceramics, calligraphy, costumes, and paintings. Sanjo Station. After you enter Sanjo Station, test 2, so I'm 2 up on this test. This is right here. How many? I only have 2 Yukai enemies in play now, so this is actually like this. But I'm 2 up, so fine. Okay, I pass. Spend 2 resources, move a non-elite enemy at Sanjo Station to a connecting location, or vice versa. Interesting, so I can move him out to make him easier to fight next turn, but I'd take an attack of opportunity because he's engaged with me. That doesn't even sound like the worst thing in the world, does it? Huh. I could try to kill him this turn, though. So maybe I'll do that. I'll fight him with that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 5. Healing him with the Inspiring Presence. 1, 2, 3 with the gun and the Vicious Blow. And then again with an Overpower. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -4. Well, it's a good thing I went up to 9. So that's the 5 damage I needed. He goes to the victory display. I draw a card from the Overpower. Karen. Okay, so I can play her, because they take up a single ally slot. That's kind of cool. Oh, I guess, are these clues still on her, technically? I don't think it really matters. And that's her turn. Okay, so upkeep. Both discarded dissonant voices at the end of the round. Ooh, Princess Beauty. Rough. Koyomi flipped over. Hopefully that's alright. A Doom. The Fushimi Inari Shrine. That is now condemned location. We get the last Striking Fear into the deck. And we pull in counter cards. Rush Hour. Each location gets +1 Shroud. Ooh, the Rabid Policeman. Alright, so let's see. How are we going to do this? We are currently at 2 against 1 to evade him. I think I'm going to commit Oogie to be 4 against 1 to evade him. And at my current location, I think that's there and that's there. And so that's the most of the bag, right? 4 against 1. That is a huge chunk of the bag. 4 against 1 to evade him. Okay, so he's evaded. So, this is no longer a 5 shroud location. So I think what she does is she investigates to get the clues off. And how does she get the clues off? I can't quite spend enough money to get the Mariner's Compass. So what can I do? I could make an attack against him with the Fire Axe first. So let's attack him for... yeah, let's attack him. 6 against 4, and he's exhausted, so he won't retaliate. So we deal 1 damage to him. And then I'll investigate with the Mariner's Compass, doing 1, 2, 3, so that's 7 against 3. -3, grabs the 2 clues. And then we'll move up here to share the location with her, so that we don't have to walk this way to do the big damage hit on her. Okay. Each subway location had +1 shroud. I pulled a -3, didn't I? I hope I pulled a -3. I was 7 against 3, so hopefully that's what I pulled. I don't quite remember. I guess if I had pulled... yeah, I could have used Oogie or the Live and Learn to get high enough, I think. Live and Learn and then commit a perception. So something like that could have done it. So hopefully that's not what happened. Over here, I think that we do... what? After she enters, she has to test that. So she tests that, and she gets a -1, because this is not condemned. Oh, no, this is condemned, so she got a -3, so she does take a horror. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Over here with Shinobu, I guess my question is, do I just engage her and attack her for 2 damage, and then she'll take 2 more there? And then I just need to go deal 1 more damage to her with a beat cop later? Or do I beat cop her so that I can clear Koyomi and then go get her in a turn or 2? I think that's the better choice. So I'll beat cop her for 1 damage. Then she'll move there for 1 damage, and then she'll move there for 1 damage. So she's at 6 out of 8. And then she'll move there. We're going to clear Koyomi, and he's going to have 2 damage on him. And we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If she goes there, whoops. If she goes here, she'll have to fight him. And I think that's not worth it. So she's going to move here and pull an Elder token, probably. No? Okay. Good. That's the turns. Upkeep and upkeep. Ataxia. That gets discarded. Whoops, nope. Take 2 damage. Okay, yeah, 2 damage is totally reasonable. I can absolutely do that. Okay. A Doom gets placed. That's no longer in the bag. Got very little time. The Nijo Station gets a Doom on it. And then we draw encounter cards, which is Mokumoren, so we're up 2 on this. Let's commit a stand together to be up 3. Just be a little more on the safe side. And during that test, she'll take 2 damage to discard this. In a rush hour. +1 shroud. Okay. Fortunately, it's tossing us softballs. Because that's super reasonable. So we'll move here. Move. Move. And draw a card. Okay, that's her. And for Shinobu, she will move. Just making sure there weren't some, when you enter this location, effects I was missing. Move, and then she will... do I need to place another damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of need to place a damage here, don't I? She'll do it next turn, and then walk away, and then she'll walk in, engage, and hit her. Okay, yeah. I think we're good. Maybe I'll try it with her last action just in case. No, she's going to move in here last action. Okay. She's going to move in there last action. Yes. Okay. Ready? He should have already been readied, but he doesn't have Hunter, so it doesn't matter. Upkeep. Upkeep, and then we're going to discard an old key ring and a Look What I Found, because we don't really need clues anymore. And then we're going to do one more Doom on the Kiyomizu Gozo Station. We've got all the VP in play except for her. And then we get encounter cards. Labyrinthine Streets. Oh god, I'm glad I didn't see that earlier. Jesus Christ. Oh, and this was discarded. Frozen in Fear. The first time you perform each of the following actions, move, fight, or evade each round, it costs 1 additional action. Okay, that's fine. So she's going to place a damage here for a clue. And then double action to move away. Right? And then over here, Shinobu is going to engage. Wait, is there any point in engaging if I could just deal the damage with the beat cop? That'll be 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I mean, fuck it. Let's try and style on her, right? 5, 6. Hell, I could even stall Karen ahead of time. No, I'm just joking. 5, 6, 7 against 3. I guess that's kind of what I get for being like, oh, let's just go style on her. Alright, let's try again. 7 against 3. Minus 2. Okay, so we hit her for 2. She's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on her, which defeats her. Sending her to the victory display. Oh no. I did that like the slowest way possible and then didn't even execute it correctly. So she's up in the victory display. And then, if Aguro Batari is defeated, advance. The horrid creature lets out a shriek when you deliver a critical blow to it. It dissolves slowly into a grisly pile, leaving nothing but its blackened teeth. The inscriptions on the walls of the subway slowly dissolve away. As suspected, she was the one responsible for the hex. Like clockwork, the myriad of yokai that are terrorizing the city rapidly disintegrate into ash, a cacophony of wails resounding throughout the streets. You cover your ears and shut your eyes in pain. R2. As soon as most of the yokai have evaporated, the sun returns, high in the sky. Tsukihi or Araragi then shows up after wrestling with a yokai which she claims to be a rabid animal. Hopefully you'll get some answers from her. In your campaign log, record that the investigators defeated Ohaguro Batari. In your campaign log, record that Kyoto was saved from the onslaught of yokai. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight's nice. 9 and 8 is a really good start. These are going to be good decks really quick. Each investigator earns... in your campaign log, record that the investigators have met up with Tsukihi Araragi. Oh my god. I don't think I'll ever be able to pronounce that correctly. I'm so sorry. Skip to resolution 4. So, Tsukihi wipes her brow and smooth the creases of her yukata. Did you happen to see my sister? Check the campaign log. If the investigators made a promise with Karen Araragi, proceed to resolution 5. Before you could say a word, Karen Araragi appears from behind you and surprises Tsukihi. The two sisters reunite and embrace and tell each other of what had happened. You gently inform them that you're in a hurry. The two sisters glance at each other briefly. What if we split up so that we can cover more ground? Karen says without much thought. That means Tsukihi and I will go one way and you guys go the other way. Don't worry, we'll be extra careful. What do you guys think? Tsukihi added. The investigators must decide. Choose one. Sure, let's split up. If Shinobu Oshino was chosen as an investigator in this campaign, this option cannot be chosen. And you must choose the other option. Well, I mean, that's who I am. So, whoops. So I can't choose to split up, which would have given me an additional XP. But that's fine. It's dangerous to go alone. We must... Shinobu Oshino must add Tsukiji Araragi to her deck, otherwise any one investigator. Okay, cool. But that's fine. I mean, they're both good, right? Like, look at this. If I had been able to do this ability the first time that I saw it, so that's really nice. That's useful. If this was the scenario that was chosen in Interlude 1, the investigators take the Tokaido Shinkansen to Tokyo. Proceed to scenario 2S, Shinkansen Monogatari. And I think that is the end of this scenario. Thank you very much for watching. That was a really cool scenario. I liked the way this worked. At first, it kind of obfuscates the Doom mechanic. But realistically, your Doom timer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which is a reasonable, like 16's a normal scenario length. But I did cut it pretty close. Only 2 turns left. Pretty happy with how the decks are doing so far. So, I will see you in the next deck building video that I put out, which will be right before Shinkansen Monogatari. Thanks for watching. See you next time.